Karina, do you have everything? Can you hear me, Desi?
Right. Yes.
We can hear you. Just message me.
We're all good. We're letting people in. Happy Tuesday. Hey, hi, Skip. Hi, Kara. Great to see you. Awesome. Oh, Arlena, great to see you as well. Wonderful. All right. So good to see everyone. Give it a minute. We're going to yes, Skip. I always love your enthusiasm, Skip. You're always such a fun, always having fun, you know? I love it. Well, as usual, I like to open up. We're all about networking. So if anybody has any great stories to share about networking, speaking of networking, so his camera's not on, but Ron was over there at AUVSI. So I know he had a chance to get out and network last week. Great show. And so anybody else have a chance to network and maybe even with the AUVSI? I'd love to hear from you. If you're planning any great drone events, share, go ahead, open it up, and let's hear from you. Also, this is when we want to put our contact information into the chat because that's the best way to connect. Get yourself out there, right? If you're watching on social media, we'll monitor the chat, put your information in there. We already got some people in there saying, hi, happy Tuesday. I love it. Fantastic. And a wonderful Tuesday it is. How exciting. And so, all right, Skip's got his information in there. Again, on social media, someone's monitoring the social media for us. So feel free. I know you don't get to see quite as much as on the Zooms right now, but we do connect. And if you have questions or anything like that, make sure you put it in the chat and communicate with us all. With that, I am, since nobody's actually sharing any great things that have happened, right? Other than AUVSI, great event, a lot of good networking, a lot of great vendors there. So it was really good time.
I'll share. I'll share something.
All right.
So what you want to let everybody in
today, Sam? Go for it.
I was just trying to get myself together because, believe it or not, I get nervous. But Desi and I both just participated on a panel when we were at AUVSI. We were the last day, at the end of the day, but we had a couple of committed people who came in to ask questions about what exactly is going on with workforce development when it comes to AI and drones. So we came to the conclusion that as long as we keep the community involved, we keep the companies involved, and we keep our youth and as well as their parents, we're going to make it. We're going to be able to make it through this industry, but we just have to all work together to grow that workforce.
I love it. I love it. And that's actually just a really good segue right into our guest speakers today, which Sam Scully is one of our panelists here today to share. We have Mario Perez, Charlotte Cain, who's still logging in, I do believe.
I'm here.
Oh, you
I am
are?
here, but it has Sam Scully on my name. She sent me the link.
I'll change that. I'll change that for you because I kept kicking you out because I thought I was in twice. Sorry. Give me a minute.
So I got it. I fixed you, so you're good to go. Awesome. I will also make you co-host as well. And in my introductions, I also have Karina Passi. I hope I said your last name right. I always just say it that way, Karina. I hope I said it correctly.
You're good. Thanks, Desi.
Good. Awesome. Well, with that, I would love to segue over to each of you. I will make all of you spotlight speaker for today. But if you could just individually kick this off by introducing yourself and sharing a little bit about yourself. I'm going to start with Sam because she's first on my screen here. So Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself before we segue into, I know you have a PowerPoint as well.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sam Scully, the Dronist, very busy. I've been a 107 pilot since 2021. And with my pilot's license, I have been able to have trained individuals as well as become part of this thing called drone soccer. And also I might built some team members out here in Los Angeles, Mario and Karina, as well as Charlotte. But the whole thing about when I go out to network, these are the kind of people I meet, whether you are in California and Georgia, but somehow we come together, we share our experiences, and we get to help one another with projects. So Women in Drone has also been a big part of my life as well. Thank you, Desi.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I just bumped Mario over to Spotlight Speaker as well. Mario, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm having a good time so far here at this coffee and I forgot the name of this channel, but it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Mario. I've been flying drones since 2015 recreationally. Then I got my education on drones at the Los Angeles Trade Tech with the instructor Skip Frederick. He's on the channel. What up, Skip? So I graduated from LA Trade Tech in 2020, and later on I graduated from Grossmont. They have another program as well, which Skip is also the instructor, great instructor, by the way. And I took cinematic courses at the Grossmont College. But as soon as I got my education, I took my test, my Part 107 test. This was in 2020. I got my license, and I've been in the industry ever since. As soon as I got my license, I entered the industry. I started with making maps, and right away I got into the wildfire mitigation with Edison. Did that for 3 years, and now I'm doing drone first responders with the local police department. And Sam mentioned, I've met a lot of great people on this journey. That we are able to work together and make things happen and learn from each other. And Samantha, Karina, um, and I have been, working together doing the drone soccer through FIDA USA. We've been coaching and promoting the sport and promoting the opportunities that come with it in drone aviation. So thanks, Samantha, for having me here, and thank you, Desi. Thank you, Karina, for being great team members, and we're looking forward to our to the future.
Awesome, awesome. I love the teamwork part. Yes,
Thank you.
definitely working as a team. Awesome. Karina, I added you as Spotlight Speaker, and tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey.
Sure. Yeah. So I think this is a little bit of a repeat for some of you who know me, but essentially, I'm an Air Force veteran and went into the avionics sector after the military. And in 2019, I got my genie moment where I got a phone call from a recruiter asking me, what do I want? And that's how I got started in the industry. Didn't know what the job was at the time. And since 2019, I have been in the industry. That's how I met Mario. That's how I met Sam. Mario was through the SoCal Edison fire mitigation program. And then Sam, I don't remember. I think it was probably from a female veteran gathering, but Sam's a veteran. Yeah, so then, so this is a small world. It's good to network, bring each other up, and start this new competition, this new sport in drone soccer. And we all have various backgrounds, but we can all come together for something fun and sporty, such as drone soccer.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, all right, I am going to I don't know if I can do Charlotte as spotlight because Charlotte, we don't actually get to see your screen, but I did make you co-host. If you wanted to share a little bit about yourself, we would love to hear, and I'm
Okay.
excited. But at this point, I can't show your screen because it's not showing.
Okay, no problem. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yes, you
Okay,
sound
great.
great.
All right. And so, yes, I am Charlotte Cain, and I got involved with drone soccer in 2022 when it was first introduced into the United States. I actually met Scully where it was introduced at the World Games in Birmingham, Alabama. And at that time, I decided that I needed to start a league. So I started the first Georgia Drone Soccer League here in the state of Georgia. and I had two teams. Most of the time, my main team is Georgia Arrows. That's the first team. And the second team is between two different high schools that I've been going to. They're trying to see about starting teams through their sports funding that they have for the county. So I'm working on that. But since then, my teams they participated in regional games, national games, of course, local games. And I've actually hosted games as well. And I'm the league administrator for it. And so our teams, we have coaches. I have 5 coaches that are drone soccer certified instructors, and 3 of those coaches have pilot license. My coaches are the experts. One of them I did meet through Sam Said, who is with Hidden Pilots. Another one is Stephanie, who was the first African American woman to do drone delivery services in the state of Georgia. Well, period, actually. And she did it for Papa John's Pizza. They were doing deliveries with drones, and she had no incidents. And then I also have Joe, who is with Drone Pilot Georgia. He's one of my drone soccer instructors. And then the other 2 are in other fields, but they help with coaching and starting teams. We've got a team in College Park that just got their equipment. And then we have the city of Stonecrest, they're about to purchase equipment. And also, the state of Georgia is going to sponsor 2 teams in Atlanta with some Title I schools. And so it's moving along, it's coming along slowly but surely. The next event that I'm going to have will be at the Greek Orthodox Church in Atlanta in their gymnasium. We're going to do a fall kickoff for the fall 2025, well, for the 2025-2026 season of drone soccer. So that will be on Saturday, September 27th here in Atlanta.
Wow. You
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. The
memorized it.
captain of my team, the
Okay.
captain of my team started when he was 15. He's now 18.
Wow.
At 16, he got his Part 107, started a drone soccer business. His first job was getting aerial footage of Christina King Ferris's funeral, Martin Luther King's sister. And then he's done sizzle reels for Atlanta. He's making 75, 150 an hour, doing drone jobs. And he's graduated, of course, recently, and he's going to go to Georgia State University for his first year of college, and then he's planning to transfer. But he's out here making money and doing drone business. And we've had a couple of more kids that took the Part 107 workshops. We're just waiting for them to go and take the test.
Wow, wow. That is just such a fabulous case for showing the development of workforce development, how this actually evolves. What an excellent story. I love that story. Yes. All right. So thank you again for everyone joining us. I do want to segue over because Sam does have a PowerPoint to share. So, although I think Karina is going to be running it. All right. So, let's kick that off and get that ball rolling. And I'm excited to hear more.
So good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Again, Desi gave me a call a couple of days ago to find out if I was available to participate this Tuesday. So on a very short notice, I was able to pull in my team and they're supporting me, and we're supporting Women in Drones, because if it wasn't for Women in Drones, we wouldn't have, we got 29 people on the call. So again, thank you for your time. Today, what we want to talk about is drone soccer and beyond, and talk about our experiences and some of the things that we've accomplished. And so I wanted to just kind of briefly start with telling you about my journey with drone soccer. I originally heard about the program on program called Know Before You Fly. Pretty sure a lot of you all are familiar with that, out of Texas. And I heard about it, got curious. I was already 107 because that was part of their requirements if you wanted to get involved to teach kids. So I went about again, pulling a team together. where you can see some of the women in drones members who were part of my team when we first started. Maggie out of Chicago. And, Karina, would you mind going to the next one for me, please?
So Karina, the slide deck came down. We don't see it.
You don't see it?
Nope.
Okay.
It was
All
up a
right.
second ago.
All right. So anyway, we had Maggie. It was Maggie,
There we
Dr.
go.
Welch, Renee. We both joined the team to bring, again, to talk about drone soccer. But as we went through the experience, some people start to go other ways, because drone soccer, when you're introducing it to the schools, at least that was our way. It was not an easy introduction in 2022, but we were able to attend some drone events, such as some, like I say, competitions. And we were also able to participate with some of our local communities. And so some of the events that I've done over the last, I would say, excuse me, over the last year, we did a teen event with the company called Skanska. They co-partnered with me to introduce drone soccer to these young teens. And it was over, I think we had over 240. And again, I had Karina, and I had on the team Matt's not here, Matt Louie, who's also the person who handles all the equipment, wasn't available, but Matthew was also a big part. But we came together for that. And then lastly, I did Girls to Greatness. This was an event downtown LA, where again, introducing the young ladies to the drones and to the process of using the controllers. Some of them found out, okay, I understand STEM now. I love it. I like it. I want to be part of it. And then this Saturday, we have an event coming up with another organization called, excuse me, Focus and Fit for a Different World Conference. And that's here locally in Los Angeles. And we're going to be again showing the young juniors and seniors in high school, and some of the freshmen and sophomores in college, and their parents are going to be there. So I basically just look forward to building the future, leveraging off drone soccer, which helps me with my construction and engineering focus, because my focus is also to work on the commercial side, making more money and doing bigger projects. But drone soccer has elevated me to help open those doors over the last 3 years. And so I want you to hear from my team members, let them explain what they've been doing, and I'll be quiet and let someone else speak. So thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Love what you're doing, Sam. Thank you. So before we segue on to Mario, I just want to really quick, remind people, please connect, put your information into the chat, even if you're on social media, because we do have someone monitoring the social media. And I already put out a question, and I already got a response back from Skip, just asking who's involved with drone soccer, or maybe even a youth program. We'd love to hear from you. It's a great time to ask questions. Yep, Mario says I am. There you go. Let's segue over. Go ahead, Mario.
Yes, thank you, Sam. So yeah, I am involved in drone soccer, obviously, but going back to what you mentioned earlier about networking, there is a little network story here that I can share, and it's just related to drone soccer because I went to a networking event about maybe like a year ago, and I gave out my business card, and then I forgot about that event, but I got an email from a person from that event, which like I said, happened a year ago, and they're interested in drone soccer. So we're gonna develop a program for a summertime program through FIDA USA, and then I'm gonna connect with everyone here that can help support this program. Obviously, I'm gonna be getting support from Sam, Karina, and then I'm gonna reach out to Skip. He's a great asset. And I want to see if I can put this, we can get our team together and be able to deliver this program for the summer. So I'll be sharing a little bit of so this slide here, basically, that's the company I started. I started this in 2020, and then little by little, what I've been learning, I have established the company a little more. It is now an LLC. My webpage is not on here, but I can type it in on the chat. And then you can see a little bit of what I do on my webpage. This is more of my this is more of my business, like general business. But I do work with Sam and Karina to FIDA USA to do the drone soccer stuff. So there is a portion on the website where it talks about the FIDA USA, trusted partners, Hollywood Drones, and Link Solutions. And you're invited to check out the page. I put the link on the chat. I'm not sure if that works.
It did.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Looks good. Thank you.
Yes, and
That's
so
fireworks.
yep, so that's pretty much what the slide shows. It's just my business. There would be more logos here, but right now I have the FIDA USA. It would be a Hollywood drone logo and a Lean Solution as well. With last but not least, we gotta have the Sam and drone women Sam's and drones also in this slide. But and at the bottom right, you have a picture of the class that we had recently at the George Lucas Museum, which was a very fun class. And we got every single person, every single student to capture their first aerial shot, and they all got their SD cards. So now they took home their first aerial shot, and they get to upload it on their computer, which is just part of the of like the day of a life of a drone pilot.
I love it. Day in the life of a drone pilot. Yes. So, and
Desi, excuse me, can I add, the post that I put on, LinkedIn, that was Mario's money shot.
Thank you.
He's the one who captured that, so thank you so much, and with the help of Karina, it's the VO, but that was one of our money shots.
nice.
And this is something that I've some of these elements that I learned to capture this shot. You know, it's from you can learn these some of the like what I used to get this shot. You can learn this in a cinematic class at the Grossmont College. They have a great class. Shout out to Skip.
Yeah, big shout out to Skip. Yes, awesome. All right. Well, it looks like our slide deck is moved on. There has been a few comments into the chat there about great job, and people are still connecting, which I love. Thank you, Dawn, for putting your information in there as well. And Charlotte, it looks like your slide deck is on. And again, I'm sorry I can't put you on screen, but love hearing from you.
Yes, I did that one page, and I do have one thing to share if I'm able to share the screen. But the one page that I have there, I don't know, maybe most people here know what drone soccer is. Does everybody know what drone soccer is or how it looks?
That is a fantastic question. So I'm sure a lot of people do, but we'd love to hear from you in the chat and share with us, Charlotte. Share with us about it.
Okay.
Just
Okay. Well, I mean, if most people know
like
what it is and how the game is played, um, so I do drone soccer mainly, and so the teams that I have, we've been everywhere. The picture that you had up before you take that down, Karina, that
Karina, the
one
slide deck
slide,
came down.
she can take it back down because I was going to share something, but I wanted to just show just one thing about that particular slide that I had.
I don't know. Karina, did you hear? I think
I think
she's
she's trying to
working
get
on
it
it.
up.
See? I
Okay.
love it.
And
This is
so
real.
my children, I'm saying my children, they're mine. Anyway, they have performed everywhere. So this is my Georgia Arrows team at the Nationals in Springfield, Virginia, where they had 16 different teams competing. And it was a team, they're actually from Istanbul down here, and they brought candy from Istanbul to share with all of the team members. And I had my teams take a photo with them, and you can see some children at a game preparing their drone. And these are just some shots that the youth took at one of the drones at the first drone soccer game that we did. So what I wanted to share with you is how this translates into where's the share at? How this translates into a job, because I actually ended up hiring my captain to do a drone job for me because I do a lot of different events. And we had a chalk art walk at the Nature Center here in Georgia where there's 400 million years of plant and water life, and we try to get people. They come out to Arabian Mountain and they go up the mountain, but we also try to get them to walk the trail. So we decided to do some chalk art walk events, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, the art is so beautiful. I wish I could just hover over top of it and see all the beautiful artwork. It's nice to look at it, but I just kind of wanted to fly over it and look at it." And I'm like, "That's a great idea." So I hired my captain once he got his license, and this is the production. It's the 60-second production that he did. Can everyone see my screen?
We see your screen. We see
Great.
all, not it's not in big.
Is that better?
Yes.
A 9-year-old did that particular piece. And my captain of the team that has his license, he did this job for me, put the video together, took the footage, added the music, did the editing and everything. And he will be going to Georgia State, his first year at college this year. And of course, he snuck in a bit of well, this is a shot of Arabian Mountain. He did an aerial shot, but he put in his info, Alex Jones, so you know he did it. But I was very proud of him. So sorry. Hold on, let me turn this off. Okay, I can stop sharing.
Okay.
And so he's really doing very well. And on our teams, we have girls and boys. And we have an engineer who does not actually fly drones, but he repairs them. He's working on learning the software. One of the other teams that we had last year, 2 of them went off to college. One is at Augusta University studying to be a mathematics teacher. And the other one is at SCAD in Savannah studying mechanical industrial engineering. He was one that fixed the drones all the time. He calls himself the mechanic of the drone soccer team. So the children take on different roles. Some of them, our mathematician, she was great with data flight and the software and programming the drones. And so you find the skills that the children have. And then there's also, each one of them have the opportunity to take leadership. And then you have your different positions in the drone soccer game, like your striker and your lead and your sweepers and your goalie. And they will have to program their drones different ways according to their position through beta flight. And also, it's a matter of cooperation. And it's not like a competition where it's aggressive and, hey, we're going to crush you. It's a game of strategy and intellect and making strategic moves. And so it's a lot that the children learn about working together, coming together. Even at the competition games, other teams are helping other teams and telling them what they do and what's been working for them. And so everyone shares, which is what I really love about the game itself. And the thing that touched me most since I've been doing this in 2022 was seeing a young man in a wheelchair at a drone soccer competition working on his drone. So you don't have to be physically fit, you don't have to be in shape. It opens the door for so many kids who may have been shut out of being involved in sports. One of my other teams, another story I like to tell, he was 12, he's now 15, he's still with the team. He wants to be a drone photographer. And he stated at 12 when he saw the exhibit, because I do a lot of exhibits, promoting the game and giving children experience and recruiting. And when I was recruiting him and I said, "Well, do you like this?" He says, "Yes, I love it." I says, "Would you like to be on the team?" And he was 12 years old. He says, "No." And I says, "Would you like it?" He said, "Yes." I says, "Why don't you want to be on it?" He said, "Because I don't think I can build that." And once he got on the team, when he gets interviewed, the first thing he would say is, "I built that." and it just boosted his self-esteem. He's now 15 and he's very good on the team, very valuable. So it really can turn a child's life around. And we don't have any requirement like you got to have good grades or whatever. You just have to have the interest. I do have a new recruit who's ADHD that is like awesome. He caught on so quickly and he is really, really good. And his grandmother brings him to practices. And so it's just something for a lot of kids. And I love the community outreach that it offers.
Fantastic stories. I love that. I could have you share for hours about that. And you know, that is one of the key things about the drone soccer and just the whole different segments of it is the team building and what it actually does. Everybody has a part in it and everybody has a different skill set and they get an opportunity to work as a team and be a lead in some other areas. And so, yeah, that's an excellent story, Charlotte. I love that you're sharing those. Awesome. So I did see briefly that Karina had a slide deck up and she's going to be sharing about some of the things that she's doing in the drone industry and she's really rocking the world. Go ahead, Karina.
Thanks, Desi. Apologies, Charlotte. I heard you saying taking the screen down and sharing something, so I was trying to be proactive and it looked a little messy there, but I
Oh, it was
appreciate
fine.
your patience. So yeah, how does this relate to drone soccer? Well, I have to a little bit about me is like going back after I got out of the military, I realized my childhood passion and my niche is lean process, continuous improvement type of concepts, and so this applies to all industries. And so I ended up being a consultant and started my business in 2019. So it's still open. I'm still available. But essentially, I've lent my skills to the various startups and places I've worked. I noticed that startups love my continuous improvement mindset more than established companies, just due to the culture. You know, we've been doing it this way for so long versus the innovative or innovative culture where it's like, how can we make this better? How can we make this faster? How can we make this quality? With the less expensive parts, things like that. So knowing that, I currently work for 4 places. 2 of them are startups and they're hiring. First one is Birdstop, and you can go to their website at birdstop.io. So we're currently hiring in Concord, California, and Homewood, Alabama. So that student you mentioned, Charlotte, if they're, I don't know the proximity to uh, Homewood, but I know that we're hiring, and there might be some internships available. And so what the product that Birdstop has, which is more than just this, but their main item is their AI for detecting low altitude and managing airspace, as well as other types of drone detection, bird detection, and also helping police departments as drone as first responders. So that's been a great integration for some of the police departments that Birdstop's working with. The next one I currently work for is FlightWave, and they are a Red Cat company. They were recently purchased by Red Cat, and so FlightWave makes DoD style reconnaissance aircraft. It's an eVTOL. It's has payload swappable assets. So if you want something that has like a 3D stitching mapping, or if you want something that streams video, they have those type of payloads and capabilities. And yeah, they're hiring. We have hiring in Carson, California, and then one of their sister companies is in Utah. Excuse me, in Utah. It's called Teal. And yeah, they're great companies to work for. They really appreciate what I bring to the table, and I just wanted to share my love for them as they have given me a lot of experience and a lot of, I would say, they've given me like the permission to be myself. So that's what I really appreciate about these companies. Next, the two companies I work for is two schools. One is Drone Aviate, and that's where I teach intro to UAS maintenance. There's also other courses there related to cinematography and things like that. Also to how to fly, very introductory, like you don't have to be an expert. You can come in and be a beginner, or you can just need to hone your skill. You already know a certain amount. They have advanced courses as well. And then lastly, I have Canada Drone Aerospace Center. They're an international drone school, and so we have lessons that we're teaching in Canada, the Middle East, such as Dubai. And so these are more and more advanced, almost borderline engineering type of training. And so it's great for our military personnel and our advanced personnel who want to know more about military style drones or just how drones work. And then of course you can't finish off a slide without promoting yourself. So I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram, but my YouTube channels help promoting students, because we've all been students before, but I was an FAA AMP student, and so studying for your AMP or airframe and power plant test is quite difficult and monotonous and boring. And so I essentially came up with a YouTube channel where I read test questions and the answers only. And just by listening to that while they're driving to school, driving to work, whatever, going to pick up their kids, they're studying. And so I've gotten I got a few comments thanking me for helping them study so that they can multitask and pass their test. Because now once you pass your test, you make more money because you're working in the aviation industry. So all of us can get into the aviation and drone industry from various ways, whether it's, being a veteran, working in startup, working in, long established companies, and being a student, regular, public education student, or if you want to go vocational school, a lot of us can come and make our way to drone soccer, or can sidestep into other industries. And my one-liner here is, as an ENTP, I don't believe in contributing to just one job. We're bigger than that. So I love that, I'm able to be a part of these startups, and we're changing the world, one innovation at a time. And I really appreciate not being pigeonholed into one role. So that's all I got. Here's our contact us page. Go ahead and take a screenshot. And yeah, I just didn't know if this is a good phone number for you. Mario, I didn't know, so I just left it there.
Not a problem. I see it now. I started
Okay.
at 5:30 this morning. I didn't see that part. But thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yeah, sure. And then if they don't answer you, that means that wasn't a good number.
It's a good number for me. Thank you.
Okay.
There you go.
Desi, I want to add to something that Karina said.
Yes.
One of her many jobs, Drone Aviate. I am now in that program because a lot of you all know I'm a veteran from the United States Navy, did a great memorial service yesterday out in Pacific Palisades. But being part of, the veteran life, you get exposed to opportunities, especially when you start, learning about what's out there for veterans. So one other thing with the American Legion is they support drone soccer. They are a drone soccer sponsor. It's a sponsor, not just a supporter, sponsor and supporter. So we go out and do events for the veterans. In addition to that, one of the other programs I want to share, again, is being a veteran and from going on, different job site and meeting other veterans. We have something in California, and it might be in your state and it might not, but it's called the DOR, the Department of Rehabilitation. And what the Department of Rehabilitation does for veterans or underemployed or people on workers' compensation is they provide you funding to go to training. So I'm a student of Drone Aviate, and I get to go to this beautiful winery somewhere in a city called Arbon, near Sacramento. They fly me there. and I'm on a winery, droning, looking at these things called not zero, but Oreo cows, ducks, snakes, but we're droning on this beautiful place, but we're learning. So I just got done with an enterprise class. I'm scheduled to take a mapping class, but I have 8 weeks of class. And at the end of my training, I will also get equipment. So if you're a veteran, please reach out to me about that if you want to let other veterans know. But I just want to share that, again, being part of a veteran program, you wouldn't even know that they were part of Joan Soccer. And so that tied it in with me that veterans, we have access to this as well. And we also have access to learning to be a drone pilot if that's something you want to do, and they pay for it for you.
What a great opportunity. Yes. Thank you for throwing that in there, Sam. So if you wanted to take a picture, take a last shot of the slide deck with all the contact information, I'm going to ask if each of you could actually put it also into our chat. Feel free to reach out. And then if we could drop the slide deck down, and I know we're going to be running out of time here, but I would like to just have each of you, and I know Charlotte has many amazing stories, but maybe just share one of those moments of victory that you would say, a huge success. What has been a story that you've seen? Because as an instructor or having opportunities to be with students that start out and to see their success, if each of you could maybe share one of your moments of, wow, I am so proud of this student or something. All right, I see Karina's hand up. Go for it, Karina.
Yeah, so I think we forget where we come from sometimes and the privilege we have. And so I teach intro to UAS maintenance, and that includes soldering. And so I'll have law enforcement in my courses, I'll have veterans, I'll have students, and this is from all walks of life, and these are elderly people and very young people. And it just it's humbling, and it reminds me like to be thankful that I have this training, and I'm thankful to share it with them. And I always get one student. Let's say my class is 4 people, sometimes it's a lot larger, but I'm just giving a number. I get one where I see the spark in their eye, and so that's like a 25, for me that's a 25% minimum success rate. And so for me, that spark where it's the first time they got to solder and they realize that they can build stuff, and not just like putting blocks together. This is the building blocks of electronics. We didn't go into the theory and the principles. We're just introducing them something that they can solder and build. And it's like, and that's how it started for me. Like I started building little clocks, and then it started becoming like a little phone and little things like that. And so back in those days when phones were corded and it was just really simple, mic and speaker style. But yeah, so it was just really, it's always a pleasant surprise to see, and where the surprise comes from me is for who it comes from. So like I have one, I call him a kid, but he's an adult. I had one kid, he was really, he's like, I really appreciate the extra effort, Karina, because we get evals at the end of each course. He's like, I really appreciate her patience and the extra effort she put into helping me, because this is the first time he got to see a solder iron. And, you got to teach them, the safety behind working with this stuff. And then, law enforcement, we give a lot of credit to law enforcement. But these guys, they started when, same time, Sam and I went to the military, we were young. I would say I was young and dumb, and so when these guys are joining our police academies, they're also young. So, I got to show some police officers how to use a multimeter. And it's humbling because of who it comes from. So I'm just thankful to teach, share the knowledge, and then, just see that spark at the end of the course. That's my story.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And Karina, you're addressing a side of the industry we don't hear a lot about. And so, when you talk about the soldering and such, that is technical work, and we just don't hear a lot about that side. So kudos to you and congratulations on all your success. Yes. Awesome. All right, Sam, I see your screen up. You want to share a story?
Yes, yes. I would say recently, when we did a drone soccer event again, it was Karina, Mario, and Matthew, who's not here. That was in January. And for me, it was a success because it's one of my first opportunities of this company I've been reaching out to for the last 12 years. I finally get their attention to partner and bring drone soccer to those 240 youth. So what I found is, sorry, hold on. They like to drive fast in the morning here. But what I found was, pulling the young ladies to go up and drone. We basically had the unit at a STEM event, and we had the stage, they had tables. So I think it was about maybe 40 tables with maybe 10 to 12 young people around it. And they all had to, they were organized by their teachers to come give drone soccer a try. And some of the girls were reluctant. They were reluctant, didn't want to come. And so I saw that. And so me, I usually definitely pull out my LA side of me and try to encourage them and like, okay, you're gonna let the guys outdo you. You don't want to make $25 an hour when you like 18, or is your mother gonna still keep paying for your eyelashes and your weave and your braids? No, you have to have, slide out a career for yourself. And if you at least try to use this, you might even like it. And so since they were kind of groupies, if you got one in the group to try it, the other 2 or 3 would try. And so it started to catch on. I was like, oh, you gonna let that table outdo you? You gonna let them get up and try the drones and you didn't try? And so I think that we have to go the extra inch, mile, or however you want to phrase that extra mile to reach out to our young ladies and our guys too. I'm not leaving them off. But sometimes the guys, they're already gun ho. They've tried it. Their dad has flown one, their mom. But sometimes the girls, like I say, I have to push a little harder because I believe in them. And by the end of the day, they were all happy. Oh yeah, I tried it. You want to try it again? And they even tried a second and a third time. And the reason we were really successful is because, again, I had Karina. I had another woman out there supporting us, showing that, it's not just a male thing. It's, like I like to say, fly like a girl. I don't know if you can see my patch, but fly like a girl and get interested and get involved because we need you and we want you. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. All
Can
right.
I add to that? Like Sam
Uh-huh.
did something spectacular, and we forget that these kids are so young. So she had them doing TikToks, and that got them up and going. And then they were up and flying. They were dancing. They were singing. It became a mini talent show, but it was really cool to get them engaged because just like she said, to encourage the youth, but the female youth, they are, they're shrinking themselves physically, and like they just didn't even want to be seen. So it was really helpful to have Sam connect with them at that level and then bring them out. And then, one of the shy girls I didn't hear her say a word until the very end. She said thanks, she said sure and thanks, because Sam asked her, do you want to fly again? She said, sure. And at the end, she said, thanks. Like that was it. But she ended up flying multiple times because she actually enjoyed it, but she was the quiet one. So yeah, kudos to Sam.
Yes. Woohoo. Kudos to Sam. All right. Okay. So we're running out of time.
Let's switch.
So I'm going
Oh,
to segue over to you, Mario, and then we'll wrap it up with Charlotte. But I know we are kind of getting short on time. Go ahead, Mario.
Sorry. So a success story. Well, I want to thank Karina and Sam for sharing their stories. And I want to say they're also part of my success comes from their success. Their success, my success is their success because Karina has mentored me since I met her, and Sam has invited me to help to be part of every project she's worked on. So thank you both, and also thank you, Skip. I don't know if you're still here. But a success story that I can share is at some of the drone soccer events that we go to. I meet people who are, the drones get their attention and they say, hey, you know what? I want to be a Part 107 pilot. And they ask me, how can I how can I do it? So what I do is I usually invite them over. I was trying to look for the link. I don't have it at the moment. I invite them over to the Drone Connect, which is a network for pilots where we share like some of our work, some of our experiences, some of our channels, our links. So I invite them to Drone Connects, and on Drone Connects, you can find free courses by Skip where you can follow the steps, and then and some of the students that I met at the drone soccer, they join Drone Connects, they get their license, and they enter the industry, and they reach out to me. They say, "Hey Mario, I'm working now for this company," and I'm like, "Wow, that's awesome." And so but it's all like it all comes from like my experience where I meet people that help me, so it makes me want to be that person, makes me want to be the person that wants to I like to say I'm a missionary when it comes to the drone industry. I go out there and I tell people, hey, this is the future, welcome to the drone world. Here's how you get one part 107, and then we get what I call newborn pilots. And so that's one of the success stories. There's been more than one person that has at a drone soccer event through VITA or through SAMS and drones, where they asked me, how can I get in there? And eventually they end up in the career in the drone industry. So I think that's kind of like when I say, oh, I was successful thanks to my team's success. I'm successful, and I was able to help others be successful. And that's all I got.
Awesome. 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 And Skip did put the droneconnects.com into the chat. A lot of great
Perfect.
information going into the chat. You want to make sure that you save the chat. And then let's real quick, let's segue over to.
I'm here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Charlotte, we can hear you.
Okay, because I switched to my phone because I'm headed out to the airport. But my success
She's
stories, I'll be very quick. Oh, no problem. My
There we go.
captain who's going off to college has deemed that one of the girls on the team would make the best next captain. And she's awesome. She didn't even know what she wanted to do in life until she got on a drone soccer team. Now she wants to do aviation. And then the last part is that about 4 of my young people presented to College Park Council and mayor and city manager about drone soccer. And that is how they started a drone soccer team in College Park. They just got their equipment and they will be recruiting for a team very soon. So I'm very proud of them being able to go before council and mayor in another city and present in a way that was so impressive that they found a budget to start a team there.
Wow. Wow. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, I am excited to have had each one of you because everybody had a little bit different story. And yet the whole workforce development and the transition from how this drone soccer really opens up doors and opens up new beginnings for people. And so this has been fantastic. I can't thank you enough for sharing with us today, sharing your passion and just getting out there and promoting the industry. So I want to thank each of the panelists for being here today. Save the chat because there's been a lot of great information and they've put their contact information in there as well. I know there's a few people that have said that they wanted to reach out. And so if you wanted to make sure that you get their contact information, I know Mario's got his that he put in there. Actually, everybody has so far. So definitely save the chat. All right, with that, we're going to wrap it up for today. I want to thank everybody again. Thank you for attending and thank my panelists because great stories to share. Thank you very much. All right, bye everybody. See you next week. Best student ever. I love it, Skip. All right.
Thank you, Desi. Thank you, Women in
Emma.
Drones. Thank you, Sharon, and thank the audience for joining us today.
All right. Have
you
a
for
good
having
day. Get out and fly, right? Hi, Tawny.
A battery a day. That's what I've been told. Do a battery at least a day.
I don't know. I've been doing a lot of FPV and the battery's too small. So I'm like, nope. You got to fly a couple of those. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Desi. Thank you, Karina, Mario, and Charlotte.
Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.